All right, guys, let's try to get this in focus. We shall see. We shall see if we can get it in focus. Why is that out of focus? Wake up. Oh, well, that's wonderful. I just love live broadcasts. They're so painful. All right, let's see. How's that? There we go. All right. So we got new videos coming up again today. So that should be good. All right, let's do some painting. All right, so I chose to do landscape today simply because it's a little easier on my arm. Sorry I had to terminate the last live, but I just couldn't take it anymore. All right, so let's get started. I just finished icing my arm down, so should be good for a little while. Although I don't know if this thing's gonna, why does it keep losing focus? That's kind of weird. All right, so we're just stirring up some liquid white here. I'm doing underpaintings. I don't use that too much, but we can use it today. All right. I don't really know what kind of landscape we're going to end up with, but I haven't really laid anything out. I just thought I'd hop on here and try to get some things going. All right. Let's just use a 1-inch brush here. We've got a 16 by 20 canvas here this morning. It's got 2 coats of white gesso on it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's wrong. It's got 3 coats of white gesso on it. And we're just kind of spreading this out quite a bit. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. Usually I do. I lean onto it pretty hard and try to spread that liquid white out, but I think for the sake of my arm, I think I'll go easy on it today. I'm just putting a little bit on at a time. I applied this gesso this morning. It's been on there for about an hour and a half. I think I missed a spot right there, looks like. I've added a little bit of extra plaster to this batch because I wanted to see if it would absorb the oil faster, set up faster. So we'll find out, I reckon, as we do this today. All right. Let's just smooth that coat out now. If you guys are chatting, I cannot see it. So let's do this. Has anybody said anything yet? me go back here and look on the streams. No, I don't see anybody. So, okay, maybe I am seeing it. Maybe there's just not anybody here but me at the moment. I don't know. Say something in the live chat if you're here, so I'll know that you're here. All right, so let's open up this. Odorless paint thinner. Clean this brush out. Hey, Bruce. Well, that's okay. At least I can see you. That's all I really needed to know. I've got the camera position a little different today, so I can't see the Streamlabs count, and I can only see the count at the top, so that's fine. How many people are in the live chat? All right, man. So yeah, let's do something here. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to need more odorless paint thinner than I have in my container. So let me run up real quick and get some more. It's in the other room. I've been meaning for 2 days to fill this container, and I have not done it yet. So I guess we'll get to do it now. I just used Jasco odorless mineral spirits. It works. I've used it for 4 years. It works just fine. So got a brand new container too. What's better than a brand new container of something? All right. That'll do. That'll get us through the day. Well, not yours, I hope. All right. Still just me and you, Bruce. All right. So let me move some of this paint off of the palette. I could probably actually, it wouldn't hurt me to use a new palette. So let's start off brand new palette here. Just for the heck of it. I think I could save a couple. There's a little bit of this paint off of here though. Just that pink and white. You can probably use. That's pretty well shot. All right. Okay, so we've got. Clean this knife. I'll probably use this knife today. Let's just wipe it off. I haven't done a landscape in a while, so it'll be kind of interesting to get a chance to do that. All right, so let's start with kind of figuring where the horizon line is going to be. And we'll start off with this CAD yellow medium. So let's pull that out flat on the palette. Pick us a nice horizon spot. I did was really go back over here and steal a little bit of off. I'm not going to blend that too much, but I'm going to blend it a little bit just to put some motion in the sky. Just a little too much right there in that one spot. There we go. That's better. All right, let's add a little bit of, let's put a little bit of, say, Blizzard Crimson. I don't want a lot of that, but I don't think. I mean, we're making this up as we go, so, you know, we'll figure it out as we go. All right, so I'm just mixing this and this yellow together. We're gonna blend this a little bit. Then we're gonna come back and start adding some highlights to that. So, while that brush is drying, hey Bruce. All right. I'm just use this little circular motion to kind of start removing the brush strokes here and there, here and there, and there and here. All right. I want those corners to be a little bit darker than the rest, but mostly I want to start kind of getting these colors. Working right on the edge here. So the brush is about half on one color, half on the other, and we're just kind of blending that line. Alright, that looks pretty good. Right. You guys have anything in particular you want to see today? Like anything? Just anything at all that you'd like to see. Oh, I laid my knife down right in the titanium white because I'm an artist, man. All right, let's put some clouds in the sky. Before we do that, I'm going to wipe my hands off a little bit. All right, so let's see. I think I want a little bit more yellow in the sky down here toward the bottom. So let's get some cad yellow. So this is cad yellow medium. I'll put a lot of action in the sky. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Chrissy. How are you guys? We're just puttering along here. let's kind of, I don't know, let's put it over this way. I think I want, yeah, I like that. I'm going to bring some of that up into there, into the yellow. Hey, Bruce. I had to get up and paint or I was going to take a nap myself. What you guys been up to today? I was working on my newest novel this morning, so I didn't... That's about all I had time to do so far. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Some of that. So if you guys were on my last live, I had to stop before I got done because my arm wore out. It just kind of, I couldn't even hold the paintbrush anymore. It's going to take a couple days off. And I did get some sketching done, but that's about it. I can't go back to the doctor until the summer, until all this craziness is over, so. All right. I'm going to create a little bit of a lighter spot and say like, I don't know, it's like right about here maybe. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of the sun out here. It's a little more than I wanted, but it's okay. There we go. We're not sure exactly what we're painting yet. We're just kind of, Bruce and I are kind of wading our way through it, so. Hey, Madonna. All right, let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to make up my mind at this point. What I'm gonna paint. All right, I guess we'll put. Maybe we'll do. Let's do a mountain scene. I reckon. All right, so let's start off then. Let's put some clouds up there just to kind of break up the sky a little bit. I think I'll do that with a flat. I'm not doing it with a flat though. I said a flat, but I meant a filbert. I'm doing it with a filbert. I think I need that to be a little bit darker than that though. Let's try this. Yep, I changed my seating. I changed my camera angle. And the reason, when I did the little boy photography painting, I don't know if you guys got, I think I actually did that on just a straight recording, but I don't think I actually did that live. I'm working on a new painting, and in that painting, I had to shift my position because of my arm. I've had to shift it how I'm painting, so it's a little bit awkward, but it just is what it is, you know. So I had to move the camera because I finished the entire painting, and then I went back and reviewed the video, and all I got was a video of my back. So arms give me a lot of trouble, so kind of drag. Well, it's not so much a matter of getting used to it. It's just that I have this physical ailment now, and it's really kind of dragging me down. I think I just want some streamers out here. I don't really want too much of a cloud bank on this side. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, let's do a little bit of blending, then we'll start with heading forward. Yeah, I tore my left rotator cuff. In a really stupid way, too. I was getting out of my truck, and the wind was blowing, kind of like it is today. It was really blowing. And I told my wife to be careful because I didn't want the door to pull the truck door out of her hand because we had cars on both sides of us. I didn't care so much about denting those cars, but I didn't want to mess up my truck. Lord knows I wouldn't want to get a dent in my truck. So anyway, I opened the door, and I had a pretty good grasp on it, and the wind caught it and just jerked me out of the truck and tore my left rotator cuff. So it was at first it didn't hurt very much, and then within about 10 minutes, I was in pretty good dismay. All right, so we're going to highlight these just by not so much by adding paint as just moving the paint around that we have on here, like that. Put a little consistent streamer like that. All right, that's good enough. All right, let's do some final blending on this and head forward. So I've got 3 new paintings on the sketch over there, and I've got 2 paintings that have been underpainted. So I guess I'll get to those. I may have to do them a little bit at a time. We'll see. I'd like to get one done today, but I don't know if I'll get it done today or not. All right, let's do some mountains. I haven't done any landscapes in a while, but let's start off with put some mountain mixture on the palette. We'll break that up with some titanium titanium white. So we want to start off with maybe like some mountains in the background, and then we'll just come forward. Quite not as far as we did on the painting Mountain Therapy, but We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. So anyway, they haven't decided if they're gonna. Well, they sent me to PT first, and I was making good progress. But then the virus thing came along, and they canceled all of our appointments for the rest of till sometime out in the summer. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. All right. This first set of mountains, I'm going to push out pretty far, but I want to kind of. I've got a mid-tone color made on the palette, and then I'm kind of mixing it with the brush. But I want it to be kind of. Let's put them like right here. Don't go too far with that because we put some more mountains in here momentarily. All right, that's good enough. Yeah, it's not going to be so hard. I mean, it's going to be a little harder than normal. But I had a stroke when I was 22, and so I had to learn to do a lot of things right-handed to start with. So from that age, when I was in the military, so it's going to be a little harder. But it has left me kind of messed up in a way from that period of my life because I had so now I do some things left-handed, some things right-handed. I prefer to, like I play softball, I bat left-handed, but I throw the ball right-handed. I bowl right-handed, but I write left-handed. I can't really write too well right-handed anymore, but I used to could. When I was 23, 24, I could paint I could write pretty well with my right hand, but not so much anymore. All right, let's just pick up some color here. I'm not going to do too much on that mountain back there. We can't really see it all that well. I think we're going to add a little bit more light to this side, but I think we'll do it with a knife. Let's come forward now. And proceed to do some puddle painting. Let's get a mountain, let's say maybe right about here. We'll kind of get some color on there, and then we'll kind of figure out where we're going to put it. So on this side, let's move this one. I'll tell you what, let's do that one, and then we'll come back to that one. Come back to the third one. Yeah, so it'll be a little bit of a struggle it's been a struggle for a couple of months, but a little more paint than I want. We'll pull some of that off. Well, I know when I'm painting wrong-handed, then it's a little easier to draw tree branches and stuff. But Just kind of adding an edge here to this. The edge to be too sharp. Just use a filbert to do that. Kind of picked up doing using a filbert on mountains from, I don't know if I really pick it up so much from Kevin Hill or if I pick it up from Wilson Bigford, but both of those guys are pretty quick on mountains. They do a pretty good job. Alright, so I got that one laid out, but I still have a little more paint on there than I want, so we're just going to kind of rub some of this out. Take some of that off. It'll be alright. It's going to be okay. I'll just make it easier to make all this other stuff stick. Here we go. That looks better. Of course, if we were doing this with an underpainting, we'd just use a Q-tip. But all right, back to the knife, and we got plenty of that. We're going to put this highlight on, and we're going to come back and put a little bit more, add a little bit more dark to this. It's not really. There we go. I'll look back to you guys here in just a second. Yeah, Kev's pretty good. He's moving a little toward more expressionism now too in light of his latest paintings, but he's got some pretty good technique videos too. And a cutest little baby. He's got the cutest little baby. Him and his wife and their baby is so cute, all of them. All right, I'm gonna wipe that brush off, right off the tip. Still picked up. This part out here doesn't matter all that much because we're gonna put trees and stuff in there. All right, I think the way this is kind of falling out, maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll do something different on this side. Let's just kind of do this. Start with. So little painter girl probably join us in a little while. She's working on a new painting, so, and she has the day off from work, so she's probably working away on that. She might show up in a little while. Then again, she might not, because I got a lot of storms going on. It may crash. Oh, well, okay. That's okay. It'll upload later. Channel's starting to become pretty active, so. All right, let's start putting in some things. What do we want to do here? I think I still want to work on this some more. All right. Let's keep this one. Kind of figuring out where I want to go with this. All right, let's go with all right. Just stay there. All right, so we're kind of working our way through this. We're just going to I'm going to build up a layer of slope here. And let's get some sap green. Not too much, but a little bit. And some bismuth yellow. So that'll kind of stick with this color scheme a little bit. A bit. All right, and before I start going down this though, I want to take some of the paint off of there. Maybe. Tell you what, let's don't do that yet. Let's just leave it on there for a second. So we'll go over here and do a little puddle painting. Picking up a mid-tone. Move this over. Give my arm a little bit of rest. And let's just get First we'll like a little bit of color in here, and then we'll come back and add a little bit more tree-looking stuff here. Pass. Make it a little more uneven than what it is. Here we go. All right. let's pick up a little bit of burnt umber, maybe some dark sienna. We'll see if we need some sienna in a minute. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put it on the palette. We can always use it later on something else. All right. So, going to have that, and we're going to have like a cliff face on this side. So again, we'll kind of puddle paint this in. We're going to kind of take this sienna and mix it with this mountain mixture color. So we're still kind of puddle painting here. A nice mid-tone. Can't have too much highlight on that side because it's going to be facing away from the sun. But we'll add a little bit. Let's kind of do it like this. So I'm just kind of moving the puddle, and then I'm diluting it some with the color. So let's do that. And up here, we're going to let it grow dark up here a little bit more. All right, that's fine. Okay, but I think I would like a little bit of highlight on those trees. So let's just kind of do that. This quarantine's going to hurry and get over before I run out of paper towels and baby wipes. All right, so what we're going to do here is pick up just some white and some yellow, touch of green. We just want to very touch the tips of these. You know, we don't want it everywhere. We just want it a little bit of highlight here and there. Leaving the base of the trees kind of themselves. Alright, so let's just use which brush to do this. I can actually leave it like how it is. Let's see if we can do this. Now I want that square over there to be a little bit darker than the rest of this because it's sitting back cattywampus to the sun. So let's just kind of keep it that way for now. All right, that's pretty good. All right, let's start thinking about so we take a little bit of burnt umber and a little bit of green, sap green. Let's pull up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trees back in here. On this side, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. All right, here we go. That's better. Not quite dark enough. Don't want to get too light too fast. Get a little too sideways with the brush there. put this away. Relatively quiet day today, I guess. Really? Let's go with. Guess I better put a little fog down before I put this on, though. Ooh, Lord, this is thick. Come out of the tube. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday, but Williamsburg. Is it Williamsburg? What a paint maker. They had a cool demo yesterday showing their ease of tube squeezing machine. And they have a machine that actually they use to squeeze all their tubes and make sure that they're nice and easy to squeeze. Like, well, that's kind of cool. Not something I would have thought to invent. Of course, I haven't been making paint for hundreds and hundreds of years like those guys. So. Set that aside for now. Let's kind of get a feel for where we want that to go. You have a tube squeezer? Yeah, I have a tube squeezer too. But I mean, they actually have like a machine, and they set it up there and it has a little round ball on it, and it measures the exact pressure it takes to squeeze out a tube of paint. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Those guys have some interesting stuff. I like to watch them mill their paint. Oh, that's so ASMR to be able to watch that. I'm so easily pleased. All right, let's pick up a little bit of this. I'm going to bring this too far down. I don't want to come too far with this to start with. All right. Let's pick up some color. You can paint with both hands. Yeah, they gave me PT to do like at home, and like my arm feels pretty good. And then if I don't do PT, the next day my arm feels terrible. But if I do PT, that day my arm feels terrible. So yeah, hell, it's rough getting old. All right, let's put some trees. Well, I'll tell you what, let's make this like a little humpier. There we go. All right. We'll just let this get darker as it heads back away from the sun. We'll just kind of... And put some other stuff in here in the landscape momentarily. They show like how they mill their paint. They show that stuff on Facebook. It's really cool to watch it. Of course, you know, I'm a guy, so you know, I'm easily fascinated by machinery. But what can I say? I love machinery. It's cool. It's cool. All right, let's put a couple little duties in here. Let's see. Let's mix a little bit of this with white. Let's put way out here. And let's darken it just a little bit. Darken it a little bit more. There we go. All right, we'll slap some highlight on that one in a minute. Let's put another one like, let's put one back here in the background. All right, we're gonna have to highlight these because they're like green against green. We need a little bit of highlight to make them pump out of there. Let's put one on this side. I don't really want a big one. Well, I guess we'll put a big one. Let's put one like right here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more to keep it odd. One more to keep it odd. Let's see. Let's put it right here. This little guy. All right. There we go. All right. Just a little bit of highlight. Do I have enough highlight over here left to do that? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see if we can squeeze these highlights in. Let's mix that. That's okay, but let's mix it with a little bit of, not green. Let's mix it with a little bit of white. Make that highlight perk up just a little bit more. Putting a lot of paint on here now. That one doesn't need a lot. Don't want to get too carried away with the highlight. All right, this one here. I think we'll go ahead and put some reflected light on here in a second too. So we'll pick up, I don't know, let's just kind of keep that color, but let's add a little bit of phthalo blue to it, just for the heck of it. So let's put a little bit of reflected light in here too. Maybe just, I don't mean none up there, but so use this reflected light in this grass a little bit. All right. So Now we got the fan brush out, but we're going to do something a little bit different here first. Let's get a 1-inch brush and some phthalo blue. I'd like that to be a little stronger. There we go. Actually, I kind of like that little bit dark, little bit of darkness back in there too. All right. Okie dokie. Let's clean that brush. There she is. There she is. Hey, Emmy. I told him you were off working on a painting, so I didn't know if we'd see you today or not. How's that coming? How's that coming? Don't tell me you're not satisfied with it. I already know that. Until it's done, you're never satisfied with it. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, that's good. I have to do that with the fan brush. So, well, let's just deal with it. It's just a problem right here. So let's just talk about it and deal with it. I think I'm gonna like this one. No. We'll see. We'll see. Is it the round canvas that's, or is it just just the content of it? Do you think? All right. So we're gonna deal with this. So you might have heard me when I took the phthalo blue out, and I said this is really, really thick. So what's happened is I've got a lump of paint right here and right here. So I'm gonna cut it with a knife just to show you. So you might can see that dug in there. See that white line. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take a knife here and just kind of see all that paint. See all that paint? I don't need to show it to the monitor. The monitor can see it itself. So we're just going to kind of scrape that like that. We'll wipe it off on a shop towel. And then we'll go back and fix it. Because you can fix all kinds of stuff in oil painting. So let's see. First of all, we're going to have a little bit of a waterfall right there, and then a little bit of 2-dot right there, and then some more waterfall like coming this way. So we're just kind of fixing it here. I'm just smoothing out the paint. I still want to keep that dark spot, so we're not going to try to rub that out or anything like that. I don't think I want to rock right in here, so we'll just kind of scrub it on there. We'll just kind of scrub it on there. All right. We need some what? Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot you were doing that with a palette knife. I would think that it would be harder to do it with a knife with acrylics than with oils, because the paint is so much different. All right, so before we get too carried away here, let's put some water lines out here. Kind of get a feel for the flow of the water. All right. More rapid than I want it. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. So let's load up this fan brush. Now the corner of my eye, I just saw some comments roll, so let me look at those in a second here. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. still, I mean, the stuff you're painting with, it's pretty rad. All right, so we got a little bit of a thing right there, and then come on, paint. Blow. Tell you what. We're gonna add just a little bit of liquid white to this. I may be sorry I did that, but we'll see. There we go. All right. Be sure to clean this brush out so I don't have to recondition it. To actually feel the painting, yeah. When you touch it, it's neat. The clients like that when they touch it. I know that they get all, you know, wound up when they can touch it. They touch the trees and they can feel them. All right, let's do some more stuff then. First of all, let's put this rock in. So I want a rock like right here somewhere. It's like this. And we'll have it disappear into the foam. Maybe like a little ledge. Come here, like a little thing like that, yeah. All right. Let's add some highlight to that. Let's start building on this a bit. Probably don't really need to do that with a knife. I can probably do it with a 1-inch brush, probably easier. Oh, no, that's okay. All right. I'm going to squeeze out too much more because I shouldn't need too much more. All right. Come on down, come on down. There we go. All right, good enough. I think that's enough paint. I'm just spreading this paint out. We want this paint to be nice and thin. It's already sitting on top of liquid white, so. By thin, I don't mean thin in texture, I mean thin in its layering. Liquid white's starting to dry pretty fast, though. The gesso's kind of cool that way. Got got my wish, but now I need to paint faster. Got my wish for it to dry faster. Sometimes you gotta be careful what you wish for, I guess. Alright, that looks pretty good. What is that? Clumper paint. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, let's push up some stuff. Let's push up some stuff. Let's push up some trees and grass and stuff. Then we'll talk a little bit about how we're gonna, by pushing this layer up, it's pushing the other layers back. So then we'll do some more with the rocky face front here in a minute. All right, that's good. Now we're going to want to pop that out. So I'm kind of tapping this yellow that I want to use for the highlight into the brush, so that the brush is open and splayed open. Let's start right here. Push this in. And pick up a little bit of orange with that as well over here on this side. There we go. All right. So now it's when I kind of start speeding up a little bit, but if I speed up too fast, y'all tell me. Alright, so we take a little bit of liquid white and put some sienna. Roll that around. Not exactly what I was looking for, I don't think. Disregard. Alright, let's don't do that. Let's just go ahead and finish the clip face. Now we can put the rest in. Alright, so let's pick up. So we're going to make kind of a streaky kind of color. I'm going to pull all these different colors together. So if you look at this, you can see just layer after layer of different colors have been there between the white and the brown. And all right, so let's just kind of, let's put the mountain part in here first, the highlight. There we go. You can load your knife. Whether you want to cut it across or you just want to push up into the paint, you can do it either way. But by having these different layers of paint in here, you get that effect. And we're certainly not done with that, though. We're going to spend a little bit of time working on that. Now, usually when I'm working on a cliff, though, I don't let the cliff come all the way down, per se. And when you're using a knife, be sure you don't put your finger up on the blade, because if you do, it'll create like this peanut butter effect. Like you're putting butter on bread. Don't do that. Just keep your fingers out to the side. Touch it. Touch it. We need to make some more paint. All right, so let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of this. There we go. going this way. We're going to add a little bit more sienna to this, make it a little bit darker on this side. And leave it that way. All right, now on this side though, add a little bit of lighter color to this side. There we go. Now to this side though, well, to both sides actually, let's take, just to add kind of another layer of shadow into that. Em, are you going to do some more today, or are you done for the day? So we're just adding a little bit more dark in here. And you'll see by doing that, it creates these ledges in the rocks. Little caves and things like that. There we go. Hey, Billy. I think when I get done today, I'll clean all my knives. I cleaned all my brushes a couple days ago, but I think I'll clean all my knives. All right. So now we just want to finish this sharp. We want to finish up this sharp edge. So we'll do that with a filbert. And let's just, some of that, some of this, a little bit of this and that color here and there. That's a little too orange, but that's okay. We'll work it out. Why is it so orange? That's my question. Just wash that out of the brush for a second. All right. Now, if you want to add like some cracks into your cliffs or any of that kind of stuff, it's pretty easy to do with a knife. We're just talking about how hard the knife is to use. Just take it and just kind of, it doesn't matter which edge you use. If you use the long edge or the sharp edge, I mean the short edge, or it's kind of draw you a few things in there. And that'll just help it a little bit. Let's kind of, I don't think I'm going to do that. I thought for a minute I wouldn't do that, but I got over it. All right, let's come on down here and finish the bottom. All right, so at the bottom, we want to have kind of like a stand of rocks, but water too. So let's put some land in first. Let's just do that first. Do I have any of that left on the palette? Do I have any of that color left on the palette? I don't know if it's going to be a stand of rocks or what exactly. All right, that's easy enough. And let's just kind of, of course, we'll straighten this back out with a brush. Uno momento. All right. Let's mix up some, well, I'll tell you what, we don't even need to do that. Let's just use what we have. Now, of course, this is pretty heavy texture here, so when somebody goes to touch it, you know, later in its life, they'll be able to feel all that. They'll be able to feel all of that, all that mountain stuff, and it's all textured. So, okay, let's do. I'll tell you what. Let's instead of doing that, let's don't do that. Let's do this instead. Let's get the rest of the water in, and then we'll fool with the rest. Now, you bring that brush right up there against that brown with the blue. You can run it right into it because all it does is it just makes it look like it's shallow water up there. That's good. That's a good thing. Actually, add some dimension. Then we'll add water lines to that. So you can see in the way this is going on the canvas that the liquid white is just about dry. I don't want to add any more at this point because it'll change the color. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep skimming it off of here, this heavy pile. We're going to do some more with this out here in the water later on, but for now, we just want to put the color down. Just like that. All right. Let's pick up some titanium white. Kind of put ourselves a little bit of that. I think I'll change brushes though before I work that in. Did Bruce have to go? He's on kid duty today, so actually I guess a lot of people have grandchildren and stuff are on kid duty during all of this craziness. All right. So before we come on out here in the water and finish that, let's just take this and kind of smooth it a little bit. First of all, I don't want that pulse. There we go. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's try something here. We're going to try something here. All I did was add a touch of linseed oil to my brush, right on the corner. It's a little too much, I think. All right, let's put in. I won't need that anymore. Let's clean this brush, and then let's finish the shore line. And then we'll do the water lines, and then we'll decide if there's going to be what else we want to put in here, if anything. So let's do that. So let's use a different 1-inch brush. Let's use an oval, and let's get some sap green. that. Now we'll add a little bit of, we're going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson to this once we do this, because we don't want to pull out. There may be a little touch of liquid white, because there's a lot of paint on the canvas right here. So we'll put in the brush like that. I may not want it everywhere on this side. I may just want it in a few spots like that. All right, and then I'm just going to wipe this brush without cleaning it and see if we can do that. See if we can do that. Okay, let's add the water lines. This is where we'll flush out our waterfall, finishing the waterfall and water and all of this. But first, let's just put the water lines in and we'll be good from there. So again, you want to keep your fingers out on the edge of the knife. You'll hear me say that time and time again if you watch me paint much, because I use a knife a pretty good bit. All right. I think that'll pretty much be all right for that. I think right here at the edge of the waterfall, I want like some splashing around that rock and up in the air a little bit. So we're just going to kind of put some liquid white on a band brush and kind of flick it on here. Don't want to pull too far away though, or it's going to get all over the place. It's going to get all over other things that you don't want it on. It's okay to like have it out in this part where it's kind of splashing around, but don't get too carried away. Don't get too carried away. All right, let's put a couple little bitty trees, little twig trees over here on this side, and we'll be done. And I think we'll call that quits. All right, so let's get, really all we need to do is pick up some liquid white, probably, and a little bit of that, maybe, and just kind of not too much going on in there. I don't really think that's going to add much to that. All right, so maybe we'll just leave it alone. Leave that one twig there, but call the rest of this. All right, so let's put anything else we want to put in here. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be happy with that, just the way it is. All right, well, for now we'll call it quits. And hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching. Let me know how the camera angle was this time, because if it was good, then I want to keep using it. So I appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out with me, and forever, however long you can stay. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.